mating. These are the eggs from today and yesterday. These I collected yesterday. Due to the fact my husband is a truck driver, he did get the deck done in like 1.5 days, but then he had to go back on the road. So we're just now finishing it up and he's back on the road again. Hey y'all, long time no see. So it's been a minute since I have been on here, and I just been taking time for self, following God's instruction, which was to be still and to seek him. And that's what I've been doing. And when I tell you, he has been showing up and doing amazing things, and I feel good. I feel good about it. So I was showing you that my husband's finally somewhat finished the side porch here. He has the railings up and all of that. Of course, we haven't stained it yet. That's gonna take like maybe a few weeks from now, and then I'll come in and I'll stain it. The garden, he helped clean that out for me, and I'll finish it up. He's back on the road right now, but I really do appreciate him getting this deck done because it was so torn up. I will insert video of how the wood had been rotting. He has his grill out here. He hasn't put together his other grill, his charcoal grill. But these are the eggs from today and yesterday, which I collected them today. I try to do that every 2 days. So I just got through washing about 3 dozen, 3 or 4 dozen eggs this morning. And then I got these just now. These I collected yesterday. So I have 4 bell peppers, and only one of my Romas was semi-ripe, so I took it off the vine. So it was just raining. It's drizzling now, so I'm gonna try to be fast about it. I was gonna do this and then it started raining, so I had to run in the house. But every year I have the same issue with my corn. It does really well, and then we get like really windy weather and they fall over right there. I don't know if I'm not planting them deep enough. If you know, let me know, because I don't know. I said last year I wasn't going to plant them back in that bed, and I did anyway, and they were doing well. And then the next day it was windy and they're laying down. So this is what the garden's looking like. Still got a lot of work to do to it. He weeded it around the beds. Still got to replace that when he comes back. This end piece right here is falling down on the end of that one, and then the one further down there, let me see if I can zoom in, is also falling down right there. So that has to be done. But we're going to harvest these peppers right here. I'm pretty sure I don't have any more bell peppers to take off because this one still has some growing to do. So we're gonna let it grow some more. I have one here that's still growing. And I have my watermelon, which I don't have anything to sling them with. Like, I probably should go buy some stockings and do that with. But I have a number of them. I'm tempted to take this one off though. I'll pop it later. I don't want to pop the whole vine because this one's on there and this one's on a separate vine, so I want that one to be concentrated. Over here in this bed, this is the middle bed. I only did 2 cucumber plants, and I have a cucumber here. I have one growing right there. And then I have a watermelon here, which is a crimson. Watermelon here. Another watermelon here. Is corn, or was corn and okra, which I do have some okra that I probably could harvest, yeah, before they get way too big. Like that's super big, I don't even know. I'm to the point, I just want to pull everything out of this bed and start over with stuff. So this is probably what I'm gonna do. That y'all can let me know in the comments. This one over here, these are all Romas, and they've been this color forever. They just started now turning that little blush color. This was my squash bed, but my squash had pretty much died off, so all that got to get cleaned out. When I think about the outbreak that's going on right now and the fact that they pulled a lot of vegetables from the shelf and the price of vegetables right now, I'm so glad. Even though I started late with my garden, I'm glad I started, because had I not, I would not have these bell peppers. I would be skeptical in buying any kind of vegetables out of the store. So if you can grow, go ahead and do so. So while my husband was weed eating the outer part of the beds, he wasn't supposed to weed in the bed. And in doing so, he actually cut a part of my bell pepper plant. Okay, y'all, so it's raining again. So I got my little harvest here of my peppers, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these canned up, because the last time I did that, I said I'm gonna can it in a few days, forgot about it, and they got soft. So you wanna can them when they are at their firmest. So that's what I'm about to do right now, just a quick canning, and I guess I'll link it in here for you guys as well. We finally got the old cage that the chickens were in moved back over to the side. So now all we have in there are quail, and they are doing pretty well. The girls are doing well as can be, still fighting, but they're okay. The quail have gotten so big. Look at how big they have gotten. Oh my goodness. That's a rooster. The white ones are roosters. The other ones, they have the specks on their chests. That's really the first time I've actually caught the rooster on camera doing that. It sounds like a regular bird, so if you were thinking about having quail, you would not bother your neighbors by having quail, because the rooster sounds like a regular bird in a tree, as opposed to the rooster for a chicken, which is why I don't have any. But he's big. And I have them all together because I do want to breed more. I want to hatch out some if possible, and also I want to taste my first quail egg. I had sand in there as well as the pine shavings, but I see I'm going to have to add some more to it. Uh-oh, we're mating. Actually caught them mating. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. Yo, I'm gonna have eggs soon, hopefully. Thank you for jumping in my hand. You managed to get yourself out. Of course, the first thing you want to do is wash your hands, then take your peppers, kind of roll them to loosen up the seeds. You can either use your knife. I use the actual peeler to get the seeds out. And once I got the seeds out, then I began slicing them into rings, or you can just do them whole. You don't have to do that part. You can even leave the seeds in as well. In getting the brine together, I'm using 2 cups of the vinegar and also 1 cup of water. Then I'm using 1.5 tablespoons of salt. I'm also using a 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. Once you bring it to a boil, then you want to turn it off. And so because my jar is not hot, I didn't prep my jar for being hot, I will let my brine cool off. So if your jar is hot, then you can put the hot liquid in your jar. But if your jar is not, then you shouldn't. So hot with hot, cool with cool. So my liquid is cooled now enough. It's warm. I'm pouring it in, and then I'm scooping the rest with the spoon just to make sure I get those seasonings in as well. Make sure you clean the top of your jar with your vinegar, and I'm also debubbling. I'll leave about 1 inch headspace. My lids and rings have been sanitized and just fingertip tight. For water bath canning, if you don't have a water bath canner, you can use any pot long as you are putting it in the pot and leaving about 1 inch or 2 of water over the top. And you don't have to water bath can any of your peppers. You can actually just do them regular and put them in the refrigerator and use them within 2 or 3 months. But when you water bath can, they can last you years. So you decide what you want. And happy canning. This is my first one for the year.